Hi there, Aries. Welcome to your reading for January 2025. It's a new year, new opportunities. We've got some astrological events going on in January 2025, which is starting with on the 30th to the 31st of December, the new moon in Capricorn. New moon is planting the seeds for the monthly cycle ahead. And Capricorn is very practical. It asks you to evaluate your ambitions so they align with your long-term vision. Consider responsibilities and discipline steps to achieve your goals. So that is what we open the month of January with, and the complete new year really, which is absolutely insane. That's happening on the day we go over to a new year. We also have the 1st or the 2nd of January, depending on where you are in the world. I might give 2 dates sometimes, I might give 1 date, but depending on where you are in the world, the moon enters Aquarius, which highlights what needs to change. Aquarius is the sign of change, isn't it? It's an air sign, rebellious sign. The 6th of January, Mars retrograde enters Cancer, and we focus on what we need to tend to when it comes to our emotional needs. The 13th of January, the full moon enters Cancer, and the full moon is what we're reaping from what we've been sowing from the new moon, of course. And Cancer is also ruled by the moon, so expect some quite intense emotional feelings around the full moon. Cancer is very protective and emotional. Make sure that you take care of yourself and your emotional needs, but also those people around you, because Cancer is also a bit of a homebody, isn't it? On the 19th of January, Sun enters Aquarius, and this is when we're going to start focusing on our future, hopes, dreams, how you can push yourself out of your comfort zone and find your rebellious spark. What makes you fire up inside, and open yourself up for your unconventional ideas and push for new, which is a brilliant really way for everyone astrologically to open up to the new year. The new moon enters Aquarius on the 29th to the 30th of January, and this whole month is really a lot of Aquarius, Cancer and Capricorn floating around. So new moon in Aquarius, we plant the new seeds. So we have both the sun and the moon in Aquarius at the same time there. So we plant the seeds for this rebellion to keep on going, which is quite interesting. 2025, I also want to say that 2025 adds up to the number 9, which is the last number of a numerological cycle, you can say. So the 9s is almost at the 10s. The 10s together, the 1s plus the 0s, is the Fool and the Magician, isn't it, in the tarot? So when it comes to 10 is the finish and the start at the same time. As of 9 is just before that. So 2025 adds up to the number of 9. So 2 plus 2 plus 5 equals 9. So it's the closing of a cycle. And last time we were in a yearly collective number of 9 was 2017. So whatever you started from 2017 up until this point is the end of the cycle. You're coming down to reaping, it comes down to reaping what you've sown and who you've become really since 2017. And it asks you to integrate all those hard lessons learned on your way from number 1 to number 9, to integrate that into you, into, you know, closing up that chapter on a very positive note. It is looking and asking you to look at what you learned, right? But also, this is finding your happiness for your divine reason that you bring in with you into this next chapter. What you really need to shed to become the new you. And speaking of shedding, we're also entering, if you're looking at the Chinese astrology, and we're going into 2025, we're going into the year of the snake, and the snake always sheds its skin. So it's a huge number and year really for transformation and for things coming to light, and for us to see if there is things we disagree with that we don't want to bring on with us in the next part of our lives. So it really asks us to look into that. Well, I meditated on your cards. I've cleansed your space, but before we start the reading, I would like to cleanse the space one more time after all this information. So there will be 3 loud sounds. Let us begin. So let's see what's in store for you guys. Aries, for 2025. We want to start with your past. What actually brought you here? I'm doing a Celtic cross today. So we're starting with the past. What has brought you to where you are today? Which is the energy you all... Whoop. Thank you so much, Spirit Guides, Guardian Angels and Ancestors. I'm asking for one card. Which card... And this is a generic reading. It's not a one-to-one reading. And if you're looking for one, I'm only offering them on Patreon at the minute. But also, I want to say, before we actually get started, that scammers are about pretending to be loads of tarot readers. And you can find my official links down in this description below. I just felt like I needed to say that. But we're looking at Aries past. I'm asking for one card, please, Spirit Guide, Guardian Angels and Ancestors. I'm asking for Aries past. Well, 8 of Swords. It actually came up earlier as well. So I'm leaving these 2 here, but we have that main card, 8 of Swords. What is the nightmare? What is it that you've tied yourself up with? What are you not letting, why are you not letting yourself free? Why have you tied yourself up here? Why have you tied yourself up there? With the double-edged swords on the side. It's like a nightmare. It's like you don't want to see something. What are you closing your eyes to? You feel powerlessness and victimhood. You don't want to see the truth. It could be like you could not see a way out. You got a mountain in the background as well, which could be a challenge or an achievement ready to happen, depending on how you see it, I suppose. And then we have the subconscious underneath. The way you see yourself, or the position, situation you've been in, it's not been great, has it? You also have the Ace of Cups there, which also wanted to come out at the same time. Ace of Cups, new love, overflowing feelings, creativity, new beginnings. The aces are beginnings of something, isn't it? It's overflowing here with emotions. So you could be scared of what's coming next. You might be picking up on the collective energy of what's to come. But subconscious, the fish really represents the subconscious, but I feel like something is being planted here in the cup. And then you have more water here. So something has been going on emotional for you. You've been, I don't want to use the word self-victimization, because we go through these cycles with ourselves, and we need to be able to look at ourselves. But since she has the blindfold on here, I feel like you are not looking at or dealing with what's actually causing the issue at hand. And since you also got a water, the water one, it feels like it has to do with a lot of emotions here. What are you not dealing with? What are you blind? What are you closing your eyes to? You know, sometimes we just need to take that blindfold off and deal with the issue. And I know it's so difficult sometimes, but she's surrounded by swords. It's like she doesn't even want to see the situation she's in. But this card is then representing the past, the energy that it's coming from, which is great. Hopefully that you are leaving this energy behind and you're actually looking at yourself. So we also, in the beginning here, want to see what your hopes and your fears are for January 2025. So, Justice. Justice is a great, is a major arcana card. So the major arcana cards are a little bit more life-changing. It's a bigger event. It's but you have been hiding away because of the Justice. It's both a hope and a fear. Usually, if you have a positive card, that's a hope. If you have a negative card, it's fears. But here you have the scale, both light and dark. You have a double-edged sword, and you are wearing the crown. You are the one here that is letting the scales tip either or. And you are actually the one choosing if you are a victim, coming out as a victim or coming out as a victor. It's you who makes the decision. And it depends on how you look at things. How you look at things. There's also the number 11, which is a master number. It's cause and effect, clarity, truth. You are actually fearing, well, you're coming from this self-victimization. I don't like to use that. Stop using that. You're coming from this blindfold state into, I see clearly now, I'm weighing up my options. You can let the tables or the scales tip in any favor, whether it is your positive or your negative side. So you are in charge of this, Aries, and this is quite a strong reading as we're opening up with. We continue on with the present moment. What is Aries' present energy? Oh, we're getting 2 here. We are getting 2 here, and I feel like this should be the crossing energy, because that is also what's coming up next. 7 of Wands in reverse. This is going on inwards. You're having an inwards, you're having a battle on your inside, in the quiet when no one is hearing. 7 of Wands is you know, upright, you're standing your ground, you're fighting, defending yourself, defending boundaries. You've not been defending boundaries, Aries, have you? Which is also tying in with the other cards, really. You've not been defending your own boundaries. And the crossing energy here, crossing energy pages, which is new opportunities, aren't they? Pages are new opportunities, new experiences. It says it once, it has to do with passion projects and so on, creativity. And it also has to do with, you know, a new vision, a new project. It also ties into balancing again. ties into balancing, doesn't it? Also with the scales. So you're coming from, right now you feel like you need to defend yourself, but you have some good opportunities coming in. New projects, new, maybe things to keep your mind at ease, like keep your mind occupied with whatever story has been going on in your past here. Might be some new love or something coming in, but for emotional fulfillment in the past that you might have not been getting into because of this blindfold and tying yourself down with responsibilities. But I'm happy that you're looking at what's going on in the future here, and that you need to focus on your future here, your passion projects, and not having to defend your boundaries. You've not been defending your boundaries, but you might have not even had proper boundaries up to protect yourself. Does that make sense? In the area of your conscious energy, what are you aware of right now that needs to change? What is Aries aware of? What needs to change? Is Aries aware of what needs to change? Your conscious mind right now, what is it looking like? Thank you, Spirit Guide, Guardian Angels, and Ancestors. I'm getting 2 cards here as well. It's a Page of Cups. Your unconscious is popping up. Your subconscious, subconscious is popping up. Your intuition is popping up. It's like you're starting to pick up that something has been completely imbalanced, and that the scales might be tipping in your favor. Page of Cups. You also have the subconscious here, the ocean, waves of emotions. But you're holding the cup of your intuition in a steady hand, looking up and straight. King of Swords also is, you're expressing yourself with authority. Intellectual, you're picking up on something here. It's like you are gone and done with being the victim, and you are just moving on. You're finding yourself your own your new boundaries, and King of Swords and Page of Cups. This is also news, new opportunities coming in. This is your energy right now. New opportunities coming in that might be guided or led to you by your intuition. You might be guided by your imagination, not only your intuition, but letting your imagination run free. It's King of Swords. Authenticity, intellectual. You know when to strike the sword. The sword in the tarot is always double-sided, isn't it? It's sharp on both sides. It can be used for good and it can be used for evil. And sometimes the line in between those are incredibly blurred. But you are moving on with good intentions here. You are fighting. You've been fighting for yourself. Consciously. This is in your conscious mind. Your subconscious or unconscious, subconscious, in your unconscious. Why am I struggling with that word today? Is there something about your unconscious that you need to look at? There might be. We're looking at the area of your unconscious now anyways. This is the key to why you have not been balanced coming from the Eight of Swords. It's also important that I just want to strike again that this is a general reading. If you are more connected to any of the other cards, please use your own interpretation as well, because there's so many people out there that might be getting one message and just part of a message is for you. It's a general reading, all right? What was I saying? The key to the unconscious is coming now. The key to why you have struggled is what it looks like, and where you might be heading. The key to why you have struggled and why you have struggled. The unconscious part of Aries reading here. What does Aries need to know about their unconscious energy in this situation? I love how you're stepping into January with the consciousness of the King of Swords, and the elegance of the Page of Cups. This getting closer to this emotional fulfillment and leaving bad boundaries behind is absolutely amazing. So the unconscious, Nine of Pentacles. So Nine of Pentacles. Usually when I'm doing a reading, I don't necessarily read reverses as a negative thing. But the Nine of Pentacles, she's been working diligently to grow this garden. And the grapes in the tarot is a fruit that's very hard to grow. Pentacles has obviously to do with your material world. And the Nine of Pentacles is, you know, awareness, tending to your garden, elements of you know, it's the fruit of your labor. It's the fruit of your labor that you tend to with your garden. You've been tending to it diligently, and there has been rewards. Your value is not what you have, it's what you are on your own. You are safe, and you've not been feeling very safe. Maybe even with money or material things. That has been what has not. That is the energy that is not. You need to work on your grounding, I think, and I think going in this direction throughout your conscious here is going in the right direction, but you have not been feeling very safe. You need to work, maybe go barefoot outside. I'm getting a lot of energy popping into my head right now, and I feel a little bit stunned. Falcon here is a wild bird. It wants to fly freely. It knows it's safe. I feel like there might be some struggling with finances. There might be some struggling with just things in general. I don't know if you maybe have too much, but that wouldn't give. I don't feel like that is what is asking what it's saying here. It's like you're struggling with maybe tending to your garden. That you're struggling with money, that you're struggling with giving yourself the time that you need to rest. Because the garden within you is the garden that will, you know, give off all this fruition and this fertility in the future, like your knowledge. But I understand the world is a strange place right now, and there is hard energies to navigate right now that I completely understand where you're coming from, because inflation going up and rents going down, it's a hard world to balance right now. But this is the reason why you have been feeling like this. You've not had any boundaries, and really try and just get into the energy of the King of Swords and know that you're picking up on it. You just know that you deserve it. You need to listen to your intuition, and you deserve it. And you know, if we believe that something is right or wrong, whether we believe it to be this, that, or the other, it is true. You are the creation of your own reality. It's very important to try and remember that. you, what is your energy coming into January of 2025 and going forward in January 2025? What is your actual energy? Is the Four of Cups. It's looking at what you actually have instead of what you don't have. And it ties into what we really said here about your reality. You are the one shaping your reality. The Four of Cups. The Four of Cups. You know, it's this stability and consistency, and it's tending to you on God. And I'm even getting directed to look at this tree here and tying it in with this garden right here. It's looking at what you have and what's being presented to you, and be grateful what you already have. And I'm also seeing that he's sitting like this as he would be, you know, in meditation, grounding yourself right next to a tree also. It's tying in beautifully with what I've been saying before in your reading here. Yeah, it's the hand of the universe giving you something more, but you don't have eyes for what you already have. So that is something that you need to balance yourself with, ground yourself. You deserve the world, and you know that. And instead of looking at yourself as a victim of the world and the energies around it, look on how you can tend to yourself in order to, you know, create your new world, which is great for 2025. It's a great year to get started, and it's absolutely necessary sometimes to hear these things in order to actually do them, right? The scales, you tip them in your own favor, whether it's positive or negative. You use the sword for good or for evil. Use it for your own good, not with a bad intention, with a right intention. The environment around you is what might have been affecting you. So the environment around you, what has it been looking like, Aries? I think this is 2 cards again. Yes. Aries environment around you right now is the sun. That's joyous. It's joyous. Take in that joy, Aries. Take in that joy. The star. This is 2 major arcana cards as well. 2 major arcana cards. The star, it's hope, it's faith, it's rejuvenation, you know, 1 foot on the ground, one foot in the water, 1 foot steadily connected to the ground, being fed with this energy that you keep on giving. The star, you know, it's shining its light on you, it's guiding you. And I really think that you need to start connecting with your intuition here. It's absolutely beautiful that you get this as a little reminder. You get this as a little reminder. You know, there's a possible rebirth here when it comes to also the water being poured down, and the star, the guiding star. You have achievements, a mountain here. It doesn't look as sharp as it could be. It could be an achievement, a small, you know, test of yourself. But you know you can do it. You got the sun here as well. The sun is joy and success. It's celebration, positivity, your conscious mind, overcoming any obstacles. So this is also tying into that you need to start, I don't know if you need to start letting other people in, or you need to actually just start seeing the positivity around you. You need to start seeing the positivity around you. That's what I'm getting. You need to start seeing the positivity around you. It's not only doom and gloom. You know, life is not black or white. Sometimes it's grey, sometimes it's dark grey, sometimes it's light grey. But it's a spectrum of colours. And you need to decide whether to tip this scale in your favour. And if I were you, with the beautiful minds of the King of Swords, knowing how to use your intellect. You can do this. You're absolutely getting into, this is a beautiful reading, Aries. You're getting into the new year and you get to decide. What a power move. What a power move. Your short-term outcome for this month of January 2025. Your short-term outcome. What is Aries' short-term outcome? Spirit guide, guardian angels and ancestors. What is spirit? Aries, sorry. Thank you so much. Knight of Swords, right? I want to flip this. Knight of Swords. Sorry. Drive, speed and ambition. Short-term goal is reversed. It drives upright, it's drive, speed, ambition. Filled with a vision, an idea. He's galloping ahead fast. Like propelling forward with ambition. Beware of the consequences and obstacles, because sometimes if you're propelling forward a lot quickly, you don't really think about that. Oh, there's a log ahead of the road and I didn't see it, you know. It gives us direction, but you also need to be aware of the obstacles on the road. Look at all the positivity around you, but be realistic. Use the mind of the King of Swords. Use it. He's very, very gathered with his thoughts, his decision making, you know, his power, his power really then of deciding and strategizing. It's not just to take all the positivity and run ahead, but you want to take all this possibility, gather it up in yourself, and from there just go forward. What is the long-term outcome for Aries? January 2025. Ace of Wands. Just like that. It's a new passion project. New beginning, new energy, innovation, inspiration, impulsiveness. And it's the first step of creation. And you have the castle in the background. Castle is, you know, what you're building yourself, what you're building together with your own bare hands. On a little bit of a hill, you have success ahead. So I'm so truly grateful for your beautiful energy, Aries. You're propelling forward, and this is a very good reading, a good reminder that to see the good in people and things around you, and just plan and strategize for January. I want to leave you with a few personal messages here. So I'm asking for a personal message for Aries, please. What does Aries need to know? What does Aries need to hear? There's a few cards here. I'm taking them. Nothing will come from this situation. Void. So I feel like this is connected to the Eight of Swords here. Don't let your past hold you back. Also feel like it's coming here from there, whatever you've been. It's just propelling you forward. And a win-win outcome is forecast, which is... I'm so sorry, Aries. My battery just died as I was finishing this reading. Still Mercury retrograde, I suppose. But we finish off with win-win outcome is forecast, and it also ties into your long-term outcome here with the Ace of Wands. So as long as you're strategizing and planning ahead, seeing the positive around you for this month of January 2025, you will have new passion projects ahead. Universe will bestow upon you this new branch, which you can use to build your castle. It's absolutely brilliant, and I think this is a great reading. You got a lot of major arcana cards in the environment around you. So really look at the environment around you and cultivate the positivity, but don't be and see the positive that you have in your life and what's been offering you. Thank you so much, Aries, for being here. I'm truly grateful. The camera died again, so I feel like I need to go. Thank you so much. If anything resonated in this reading, please leave a like and please leave a comment as well, because then I know that it resonates and I can keep on doing this the way I'm doing it. Thank you so much. Take care. See you next month. Bye bye.